My beloved child, today I come to you with an important message, a true calling for you to prepare for what is about to unfold. What I am about to tell you will not be like the words you are accustomed to hearing. It will shake the very depths of your soul. It will reach into the hidden corners of your heart, places you have never dared to face. But do not be afraid, for I know that you have the strength to receive it. Right now, I need you to pause for a moment, to give me your undivided attention for just a few minutes, and to focus deeply, completely, without distraction. Let nothing pull you away in this moment, for what I am about to say is not merely advice. This is divine guidance. Words with the power to shape the path you will walk in the days ahead. In this brief moment, I will unveil to you the spiritual revelations you need, those that the Holy Spirit will illuminate. Do not rush. Do not try to keep pace with the hurried rhythms of life. Let everything around you fall into stillness and allow your soul to find peace. You need an inner quiet to perceive the messages I am sending you. Today, in the sacred silence of the universe, I want you to understand that the moment ahead will be a turning point unlike any you have ever encountered. This is not just another day. It is a sacred moment, a collision between light and darkness, between faith and doubt, between holiness and the temptations of this world. It will be a fire ignited within your soul, burning away the old burdens and entanglements in your heart to make way for a future filled with glory, strength, and my divine splendor. My beloved child, I know this will not be an easy trial for you, for what I have prepared will not be simple. But this is the path I have set before you, the path through which my strength and grace will guide you. I need you to stand firm like a pillar in the storm, unshaken by the trials and temptations you will soon face. For these challenges are not random. They are not obstacles you can overcome by your own strength or wisdom alone. They come from an enemy who does not want you to walk the path I have chosen for you, an enemy who seeks to keep you in darkness, to disrupt what I have ordained for your life. The enemy is well aware of the good plans I have for you. It knows that the glorious doors I have opened before you will not easily open for just anyone, and it despises this truth. It hates the fact that I have chosen you, the one whom I love, the one I intricately formed before you were even born. It rages against you because you are my beloved child, and it will never allow you to walk in that glory without opposition. The enemy does not want to see you rise. It does not want you to step into the goodness I have prepared for you. It will not cease in its attempts to pull you away from my protective embrace, to deafen you to my holy call, and to blind you to the signs I am sending you. My child, do not let fear take hold of your mind. Do not allow the fleeting temptations of this world to shake the faith you hold. I know you will feel the weight of these trials, and you will face growing opposition, perhaps through negative thoughts, perhaps through circumstances beyond your control that leave you feeling powerless. But in these moments, I want you to remember that these very trials will be the opportunities that make you stronger, the refining fire through which your faith is tested and strengthened. Let these challenges become proof to yourself that I am the one you can trust completely, and that my love is unconditional, never changing. Do not fear the darkness around you, for the Lord will always be the light that guides your path. The enemy may try to make you feel weak, to convince you that you cannot go on. But I promise you this, when you feel at your weakest, that is when my strength will be made perfect in you. Do not give up. Do not turn away from the holy calling that has stirred within your heart. These trials will only make you stronger, because every step you take in faith brings you closer to the purpose I have set for you. Be watchful, my child, for temptation never presents itself as an obvious danger. It comes as a sweet invitation, a shortcut to instant gratification. It whispers that you do not need to wait, that you deserve to have what you desire right now. It disguises itself as an escape, as the answer to your prayers, but look beyond its mask. Do not trade eternity for momentary desires. Do not let the temporary pull you away from the destiny I have prepared for you. This will be a defining moment, a storm that will test the depths of your faith and your devotion. It is a moment where both heaven and hell are watching. A battle will unfold, not with swords or shouts, but as a silent yet fierce siege upon your mind. It will not attack with brute force, but with doubt. It will not strike you down with power, but with whispers. It will cling to the weaknesses in your heart, resurrecting fears you thought were buried, digging up wounds you believed had healed. It will remind you of past failures, past mistakes, past moments when you fell, twisting them into proof that you are not good enough, not strong enough, not worthy enough. It wants you to believe that you are still a prisoner to your past, that you have never truly been set free. But my beloved, do not let these lies bind your soul. Remember that I am the one who has brought you out of darkness. The past holds no power over you anymore. You are no longer defined by yesterday's failures, but by the boundless love and grace that I have poured out upon you. The enemy does not attack your strengths, but rather the cracks in your soul, the places where you are most prone to doubt. But remember, if it has to bring up your past, it is because it cannot stop your future. It fears the light you carry. It fears the calling I have placed upon your life. It fears the door I am about to open for you, and so it will do everything it can to pull you away from that path. Through temporary satisfaction, through counterfeit dreams, and through deceptive whispers. Do not let it steal what belongs to you. My beloved, when that moment comes, remember that every trial has a way of escape. The enemy cannot impose its power over you unless you allow it. Do not fight in your own strength, but fight with my word. For my word is a double-edged sword, sharp enough to cut through every lie. Remind yourself, who am I in him? You are my beloved, an heir of the kingdom, a warrior anointed for victory. When the tempter whispers, you are not good enough, respond, I am righteous in Christ. When it says you are alone, declare, my Lord will never forsake me. When it tries to wear you down and make you fall, hold on to my promise. Those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall soar on wings like eagles. Isaiah 40:31. Remember that I am your stronghold, your steadfast shield that surrounds you in the storm. Do not be afraid, for I am the one who gives you strength and wisdom, not only to endure but to overcome in this moment of testing. But my child, listen deeply to the call from my heart, for this is the time for you to be more ready than ever before. I want you to prepare, not just with your hands, but with your heart, not just with your actions, but with your soul. First, guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life. Your heart is the first battlefield the tempter will target, for it knows that if it can take your heart, everything else will collapse. Guard it with vigilance and unwavering faith. Do not let empty but sweet-sounding words seep in, nor allow fear or doubt to gnaw away at its every beat. Next, prepare your mind. Do not expect the storm to be gentle. For the enemy is never merciful. It will come in many ways, through soothing words that seem to comfort, through beautiful dreams that take the shape of your deepest desires, or through old wounds you thought were long forgotten. But do not let your mind be shaken. Clothe yourself in the armor of truth and hold firmly to the promises I have given you. Remind yourself, no temptation is greater than the strength I have placed within you. No trial is greater than the love I have covered you with. And above all, protect your thoughts. What you allow into your mind will either become a fire that refines or chains that bind. Do not let the whispers of the deceiver become the ruling voice in your head. It will try to plant questions that weaken your spirit. Am I strong enough? Am I worthy enough? But my child, cast those words aside with the truth I have engraved in your heart. You are the one I have chosen. You are strong because my power is at work within you, and your worth is not found in what you achieve, but in the love I have for you, a love that nothing can shake. The tempter will not strike just once, but will patiently surround you, waiting for the moment when you are weary, drained, and filled with doubt. It will knock at your door when your heart is at its weakest, speaking in a voice that you might mistake for your own. It will stir old memories, wounds you thought had healed. It will remind you of failures, of the times you fell, of moments when you were lost and uncertain. It wants you to believe that you were never truly set free. But, my child, that is nothing but an illusion. The past holds no power over you when you have placed yourself in my hands. The wounds of yesterday have become marks of victory, proof that you have overcome and grown stronger. Remember, preparation is not about running away. It is about standing firm in strength and courage. Preparation means rooting yourself deeply in the truth, so that when the winds of deception rise, you remain unshaken. Preparation is keeping the fire of faith burning bright, so that darkness cannot take hold. Preparation is cultivating wisdom, so that you can discern my voice from the whispers of the enemy. When that day comes, you will sense a deep unease creeping into your every breath, a heavy weight pressing upon the air around you. You will find that everything suddenly feels chaotic, as if an unseen hand is trying to pull your mind into a whirlwind of confusion and unrest. It is that moment when your heart sinks for no clear reason. When every heartbeat carries an unspoken anxiety, you will feel yourself being drawn into trivial distractions, small disturbances that slowly pull you away from the peace I have planted within you. My child, know that this is the enemy's scheme, a cunning tactic to stir your soul and drown out my gentle call. It does not attack with loud roars, but with restless whispers, with scattered thoughts that invade the silence, leading your heart astray in the chaos. It will use urgency, anxiety, and seemingly pressing needs to crowd your mind. It wants you to be so consumed with busyness that you forget my presence, that you forget I am right beside you. But listen to me, my beloved. No noise, no storm of doubt can ever silence my voice, if your heart is turned toward the right place. For I assure you, I am still here. Amidst the clamor of 1,000 sounds, my voice will always rise above, strong and unmistakable. No matter how thick the darkness tries to be, my light will break through, illuminating every hidden corner it seeks to overshadow. No night is too deep for my light to shatter. No noise is too great for my voice to be heard. You need only do one thing. Turn your heart toward me. Do not let your mind be swept away by the confusion the enemy stirs. Do not let the voices of fear, anxiety, and doubt drown out the truth I have engraved upon your soul. At times, the enemy will try to make you think that I am silent, that I have turned away. But remember, Silence does not mean absence. I have never abandoned you, even when you could not hear me. I am simply waiting for your heart to return, for your eyes to lift, so that I may look directly into your soul and fill you with strength. Come closer to me. Do not hesitate. Do not be afraid. You do not need to be perfect to come to me. You only need to be sincere. Bring with you every burden, every doubt, every unspoken pain, and lay them at my feet. Do not fear that you are not strong enough or worthy enough. I do not require you to be complete before you draw near. I ask you to draw near so that I may complete you. And when you draw closer, you will witness a miracle. The darkness will begin to retreat. The noise will fade into the distance. Every layer of doubt, restlessness, and fear will dissolve under the light of my presence. You will come to realize that what once seemed suffocating and oppressive was merely an illusion, a fragile veil that my love can tear apart in an instant. My beloved, the enemy will always try to distract you because it knows this truth. When you focus on me, it loses all power over you. When you place your full trust in me, all its schemes become futile. It dreads the moment you come near me, because in that closeness you are protected, restored, and strengthened beyond all the traps it has set before you. On that day, the enemy will unleash its most devious tactics to shake your faith. It will plant lies in your mind, insidious whispers designed to make you believe you are weak, worthless, and powerless. It will wrap those lies in a cloak of reason, causing you to wonder, have I truly been blessed? Do I truly hold any worth? It will seek to blur every blessing I have placed in your life, turning the sacred gifts you have received into things you question. It wants you to forget who you are, to forget that you are chosen, loved, and fully equipped by me to stand against every one of its traps. In that moment, you may feel your mind grow chaotic. Strange, heavy thoughts may strike like poisoned arrows from a distant place. They will be sharp accusations. You are not good enough. You are unworthy. You will fail. They will be contemptuous taunts. Your efforts are meaningless. No one needs you. And they will be discouraging voices. Give up. Stop trying. My child, understand this. Those voices are not your own. Do not let them deceive you into thinking they come from within you. They are not the truth. They are poison. The enemy is trying to pour into your soul. Those words are the enemy's weapons, sharp, toxic, and relentless. It knows that if it can make you believe them, it won't have to do anything more, for you will lock yourself in chains of doubt and fear. It wants you to forget the strength I have placed within you. It wants you to turn away from the blessings I have given you. It wants you to become a prisoner in a cage built by your own confusion and insecurity. But my beloved, pause and listen to me. Those voices are not the truth. They are echoes of darkness, not the light I have placed within you. You were not created to live under such chains. You were born to walk in strength and freedom. For I have not only blessed you, but I have also given you the power to hold on to those blessings in the face of every attack. Remember, those poisoned arrows only have power if you allow them to pierce your heart. But when you recognize them for what they are, they lose their strength. When an accusing thought arises, answer it. That is not the truth. I am a child of the one who has called me by name and placed value within me. When a voice of contempt speaks, stand firm and declare, I was created with purpose. Every step I take holds meaning in the eyes of the one who leads me. When the temptation to give up arises, boldly proclaim, I will not fall, for within me is the strength of the one who never fails. My child, I want you to understand that your strength does not rest in your feelings, but in the truth I have spoken over you. The enemy wants you to believe that strength is a feeling, that when you feel weak, you have no strength left. But the truth is this: true strength is revealed most fully when you stand firm, even when your emotions tell you to collapse. Strength is not the absence of fear, but the courage to keep walking through it, holding tightly to my hand and refusing to let go. The hardest days are the very moments when your true strength is forged. It is in those times that you learn to discern my voice from the voice of deception. It is when you come to understand that strength does not come from avoiding the battle, but from facing it and overcoming it with unwavering faith. It is in those moments that you realize the arrows of the enemy can only reach you if you lower the shield I have placed in your hands. My child, I have given you the weapons to resist every scheme of darkness. Your mind is the battlefield, but my word is the sharp sword that no lie can withstand. Do not let the poisoned arrows sink deep. Break them the moment they reach your mind with the truth I have given you. Cover your soul with the words I have spoken, that you are chosen, loved, and protected. Let these words become your armor, one that no arrow can pierce. I know that this battle within your mind can be fierce, and at times you will feel weary. But look into my eyes. You are not fighting alone. I stand beside you, shoulder to shoulder, fighting with you. And know this: the enemy fears nothing more than one thing, a soul that knows to whom it belongs. When you stand firm in the truth I have given you, the darkness must retreat. When you realize that your strength comes from the Eternal One, every chain of doubt will be shattered. So, my beloved, when the arrows of deception come flying, remember this: that voice is not your own. It is the attack of the enemy. But you do not have to fear, for you already have everything you need to overcome. Within you is the strength of the one who created the heavens and the earth, and beside you is my protection, I who will never leave you. My child, be watchful and keep your heart steadfast, for the enemy never sleeps. It prowls, moving silently like a ravenous lion, roaring in the dead of night, its eyes burning red as it searches for someone to devour. It does not need you to fall in one moment. It only seeks a small crack in the fortress of your faith. Just a flicker of hesitation, a moment of vulnerability, and it will strike, crushing you with lies wrapped in sweet deception. But remember, it is a defeated foe, and I, the Almighty One, have already declared victory over it. A victory that was sealed long before you even stepped into this battle. But my beloved, that victory is not mine alone. It is the gift I have placed in your hands. I have given you power, strength, and authority to stand before the enemy without fear. That strength is not an empty promise, but a true weapon forged in fire, a sword that no lie can withstand. You do not fight to gain victory. You fight from the victory I have already secured for you. But to hold on to that victory, you must do one thing. Do not yield, not even for a moment. Do not think that giving in just a little is harmless. Do not let the sweet words of darkness deceive you. Just this once, it won't matter. My child, that is the very door that leads to downfall. A single moment of weakness before a lie, and it will take root in your mind. A single compromise with fear, and it will quickly bind your heart in chains of doubt and anxiety. This is how it crushes even the strongest souls, not by overwhelming force, but through small, gradual concessions, until you no longer recognize who you are. My beloved child, remember this: I have given you an impenetrable armor, but that armor only protects you when you stand firm. If you retreat, if you compromise, even the strongest armor cannot shield you from the arrows that strike from behind. This is why I call you. Do not give in, not only when you feel strong, but even when you feel weak. True strength is not about never growing weary. It is about standing your ground despite the weariness, refusing to yield even an inch to the enemy. When the storm comes, your legs may tremble. You may hear the voice of doubt whisper within, "Are you strong enough?" But in that very moment, remember, your strength does not come from feelings. It comes from truth. And the truth is this: I am with you. The darkness may roar, but my voice is stronger. The night may stretch long, but my light within you will never fade. What you are facing today is not meant to defeat you. It is meant to reveal that you have been prepared for victory. My beloved child, the enemy will try to make you forget that you already have everything you need to overcome. It will try to convince you that you are lacking, that you are not ready. But look at me. There is nothing you lack that I have not already provided. There is nothing you need that I have not already placed within you. You have been equipped with wisdom to expose every lie, with courage to stand unmoved before every trap, and with strength to crush every scheme of darkness. And above all, you carry within you my very spirit, the one before whom all darkness trembles. But my child, to keep this victory you must stand firm. Do not retreat when the storm rises. Do not surrender when temptations press in. Do not let old wounds, past scars, cause you to lose faith in the strength I have placed within you. Those wounds are not signs of defeat. They are marks of the battles you have already overcome. Do not let the past become chains. Let it be proof that you have conquered and that you will continue to conquer. And remember, in every battle, the enemy will try to make you feel alone. It will scream into your heart, "No one stands with you. You are fighting this battle alone." But this is the greatest lie of all. You are never fighting alone. I am standing right beside you, shoulder to shoulder, fighting with you. You do not have to carry the burden alone. Let me be your strength when you feel weak. Let me be your shield when the arrows of deception fly. Let me be your refuge when the storm grows too fierce. You are not alone. You have never been alone, and you will never be alone. My child, the enemy roars to instill fear, but it has no power over you. Its voice is loud, but my truth is louder. Its lies are sharp, but my truth is an unbreakable armor. It seeks to destroy, but you were born to overcome. It seeks to consume, but within you burns a fire that no force can extinguish. And that fire is me, the one who never loses a battle. So, my beloved child, stand firm. Do not yield, not for a single moment. Do not retreat, not a single step. Do not let the enemy steal what I have placed in your hands. Hold your ground. Grip your faith tightly and move forward with your eyes locked on me. Because when you stand firm in me, no enemy can shake you. When you refuse to back down, you do not just keep your victory. You become a living testament that light always triumphs over darkness. On that day, temptation will not come as an obvious enemy bearing the terrifying darkness or a clear threat. It will not appear with the face of evil. For if it did, you would recognize it and turn away at once. No, temptation will be far more subtle than that. It will come in forms you least expect. It may wear the face of a friend, someone whose words seem warm and sincere, yet beneath them lies a carefully concealed deception. It may come through persuasive voices, pleasant promises that lure you toward choices that seem harmless. yet they are paths that lead you away from the truth. You will hear whispers in your mind, urging you to take the easier road instead of the path of integrity. It will murmur, "You don't have to try so hard. Take this shortcut. It will be quicker, less difficult." But, my child, remember that the easy road is not always the right one. Darkness often hides within choices that appear reasonable and justified. It will wrap mistakes in the sweet disguise of convenience, blurring the line between right and wrong, so that by the time you realize it, it may already be too late. Temptation will not only come from the outside, but also from the hidden desires within you. It will strike at the weaknesses you never thought you had. You may feel an overwhelming urge, a craving to grasp what brings immediate comfort, yet leaves lasting wounds upon your soul. Perhaps it will be an indulgence in a fleeting pleasure, a hasty decision to satisfy a momentary emotion, or a temporary solace that is, in truth, a slow poison seeping into your spirit. But, my child, do not be deceived. Do not let fleeting satisfactions lead you astray from your true purpose. This world is filled with mediocrity, with quick fixes, with easy roads that do not lead where you are meant to go. The enemy knows that all it takes is for you to settle for something less, for you to be content with an unwise choice, and it has succeeded in pulling you away from the right path. It does not need you to fall into a great sin all at once, only to plant in your heart the willingness to accept small compromises that do not belong to me. Little by little, it will lead you away from the destiny I have set before you. Be vigilant, my beloved. Guard your heart like a watchman at the city gates, allowing nothing unworthy to pass through. Do not let your soul be satisfied with what is temporary, with what appears good but is in truth a trap. When you stand before a choice, ask yourself, does this come from me? Does this bring me closer to the truth? Do not be hasty. Do not let fleeting emotions drown out the wisdom I have placed within you. You will see enticing invitations. The world will always offer wide open doors, roads paved with roses, promises of peace that require no perseverance or faithfulness. But remember, true peace does not come from easy paths. True fulfillment is not found in quick decisions. What is lasting is only built through trials, through steadfastness, through choosing what is right over what is easy. When you feel tempted by things that offer immediate comfort, pause and reflect. Look deeply into their nature. Do they truly nourish your soul, or are they merely a beautiful shell masking emptiness? What you seek today, does it hold lasting value, or will it be something you regret when the light of tomorrow arrives? Turn your heart toward me, for only I can distinguish between light and darkness. Only I know what is true and what is merely an illusion. And I never want you to settle for the ordinary, for you were born to live in abundance, in the fullness that I have already prepared for you. Do not let the temptation of the temporary make you forget the goodness I have destined for you. Stand firm. Do not let temptations pull you into decisions you will later regret. Do not let smooth but deceitful words shake you. Do not choose the easy road simply because it is less rugged. You are not one who flees from hardship. You are one who overcomes it. You are not one who seeks fleeting comfort. You are one who grasps what endures. And remember this, when you say no to temptation, you are not losing anything. On the contrary, you are protecting what is most precious. You are safeguarding your very soul, preserving the destiny I have placed within you. What you refuse today may be what spares you from harm tomorrow. What you decide today will determine the path you walk in the days to come. So, my beloved, Choose wisely. Walk not by fleeting emotions, but by eternal truth. Listen to my voice, the voice of truth, rather than the sweet yet empty invitations of the world. Never settle for the ordinary, for you were not born to live an ordinary life. You were created to walk in glory, to live in the light, to grasp the best that I have set aside for you. Guard your heart. Do not compromise. Do not accept what does not belong to you. Remember, you are worthy of what is good, for I created you not to live in lack, not to cling to what is easy but fleeting, but to walk in fullness, in truth, and in my light. Today, when the lies of the enemy echo in your mind, when the whispers of doubt grow louder than ever, when darkness seeks to surround your heart, remember this: you are not alone. Call upon my name. Cry out to me, whether in silence or with all your strength, for my name is not just a name. It is power. It is light. It is deliverance. If you must, shout it out. Call upon me, for in my name lies the power to shatter every bondage, to break every chain, and to bring down the mightiest strongholds of darkness in an instant. Every force of evil, every enemy of your soul, every shadow that weighs upon you will tremble at the sound of my name, for there is nothing in heaven or on earth that can stand against its greatness. Understand this: when you call upon my name, you are not merely uttering a word. You are summoning the power of the Almighty. You are opening the door for my light to flood in, illuminating every corner where darkness seeks to hide. You are allowing my power to go before you, defeating the forces that seek to hinder you. My name is not just a sound. It is truth. It is life. It is an unfailing source of strength. The enemy wants you to forget this. It wants you to believe that you are fighting alone, that you must rely on your own fragile strength to stand against the storm. But my child, do not let it deceive you. My name is always on your lips. Just call upon me, and I will answer immediately. When you call, I come. When you cry out, I act. When you take hold of my name, you are wielding a weapon that nothing can resist. Remember the times I have acted by the power of my name alone. Remember the towering walls that crumbled, the seas that parted, the captives that were set free, simply because people trusted and invoked my name in their supplication. When you call upon me, you are not just seeking help. You are declaring my supreme authority over every situation, over every trial, over every opposing force. Nothing is beyond my name. There is no battle my name cannot win. There is no door my name cannot open. There is no chain my name cannot break. My name is above every name. When you call upon me, every dominion, every power, every scheme of the enemy must bow. No darkness can stand in the radiant light of my name. And my child, when you feel alone, when you feel powerless, when you do not know what to say or do, remember just one thing: call my name. No eloquent words are needed, no lengthy prayers required, just one sincere cry from the depths of your heart: Lord. And in that very moment I will come. In that very moment you will feel my strength lifting you up, my light surrounding you, and my love soothing every wound within you. I have no wish to see you sorrow and woe. I have no wish to see you weep. Call upon me when fear surrounds you. Call upon me when the darkness tries to drag you into the pit of doubt. Call upon me when your heart grows heavy, when the arrows of the enemy attempt to pierce through your armor. Do not stay silent. Do not let fear stifle your cry for help. Speak my name with unwavering faith. and watch as every chain shatters before you. I want you to know that nothing can defeat you when you hold on to my name. You do not need to tremble before the forces that seek to destroy you, for I have placed within my name all the power you need to walk in victory. My name is your fortress. My name is your strength against the enemy. My name is the key that unlocks every door you thought would never open. My name is the light that guides you, even when you cannot see what lies ahead. So, my beloved, place your trust in my name. Let my name be the song on your lips, the peace in your heart, the weapon in your hand. Do not remain silent when you need help. Do not try to fight alone. Call upon me, and you will see that my name is not just a title. It is my very presence, coming to you, staying with you, and working on your behalf. No matter what today brings, no matter how fierce the storm, no matter how loud the enemy's voice, just call upon my name, and everything will change. For my name is not just a sound, it is a fire that consumes every chain, a flood that washes away every obstacle, a power that makes all of hell tremble. Engrave this truth upon your heart. No darkness can remain when you call upon my name. No wound is beyond healing when you cling to my name. No circumstance, no matter how hopeless, is beyond the power of my name to turn around. Just remember, when you call upon me, I always answer. My beloved child, listen and etch this truth deep into your heart. I have given my Spirit to you. And wherever He is, there is freedom, there is strength, and there is clarity. No darkness can hide before His light. No chain can hold captive a soul that has been touched by Him. No lie can stand against the truth He reveals. So remember, you are not walking this journey alone. You are not fighting with your own strength. You are upheld, surrounded, and empowered by my Spirit, the one who has been given to you as the Comforter, the Protector, the guide into all truth. But, my child, the tempter has never abandoned his desire to lead you astray. He does not come with open threats, nor does he appear with a terrifying face, for he knows you would be on guard if he did. No, he waits, patient as a predator stalking its prey. He does not rush to attack when you are strong, when your soul is ablaze with faith, when the light within you shines brightly. He knows that in those moments, you would easily recognize and reject his schemes. So, he waits. He waits for the moments when you are weary, when the storms of life have drained you. He waits until the burdens of this world weigh heavily upon your mind. He waits for the days when you feel alone, for the moments when your heart is cracked by pain. And in that very moment, when you are at your weakest, He will come. He will not come as an enemy, but as a friend, whispering sweet words into your ear. He will say that He understands what you are going through. He will pretend to sympathize with your pain, with the dreams you think have been shattered, with the efforts that seem to have been in vain. He will tell you that you deserve to rest, that you deserve to compromise, that no one will blame you if you choose the easier path. And that is when you must be on guard. Temptation never comes in a form that is frightening. It always wears the face of gentleness, of comfort, of something that seems reasonable. He will not tell you to abandon your faith outright. He will not demand that you forsake your path. No, He will merely suggest small choices, seemingly harmless steps that slowly pull you away from my light. A small lie, a minor compromise, a decision that seems not too bad. Little by little, he will distort the purpose I have placed within you. My child, stay awake. Do not let sweet words blind you. Do not let persuasive reasoning shake your resolve. Do not let fleeting emotions make you forget the eternal promises I have given you. Remember, not every easy path is a good path. Not every comfort brings true peace. There are things that seem harmless in the moment, but carry consequences you cannot foresee. I know there will be days when you feel weary. There will be moments when your faith feels unsteady. But even in those moments, remember that I am here. Do not seek comfort in what is fleeting. Do not place your trust in things that promise peace but cannot fulfill it. Return to me. Let my spirit lift you up, heal your wounds, and strengthen you to keep going, because you are not fighting alone. You are not alone on this journey. No matter how the enemy surrounds you, I remain your fortress of protection. No matter how he tries to make you stumble, I remain the hand that lifts you up. You need only do one thing. Do not turn away from the light. Do not run into the darkness when you feel weak. Do not seek salvation in things that cannot save you. Be vigilant, but do not be afraid. Be awake, but do not be dismayed, for you have been fully equipped to overcome. Within you is not only your own will, but also the power of my Spirit. He is the guiding light, the fire that consumes every lie, the shield that nothing can penetrate. You need only to keep your heart steadfast. Place your complete trust in me, and allow nothing to distract you from the purpose I have set before you. When temptation comes, remember that you have a choice. You can say no. You can stand up, strong and unwavering, declaring that you belong to me, that you are not deceived by sweet words, that you are not swayed by empty promises. And when you do this, when you choose to stand firm in the truth, every plan of the enemy will unravel. Every scheme of his will fail. Every chain he seeks to bind you with will be broken. Believe that on every step you take, I have sent my angels to walk with you. They are not vague images or mythical tales, but mighty warriors, appointed to protect you, to fight for you, to surround you with a shield the enemy cannot pierce. Even though your eyes may not see them, they are there, standing firm beside you, ready to act when you call upon them. Do not hesitate to summon them in your prayers, for they are not distant messengers. They are the ones I have assigned to guard you on every path, to keep you from every snare the enemy lays before you. Do you know that every time you are weak, every time you feel as though you are about to collapse, these angels have stood in front of you, raising their shields to block every arrow of the wicked one? Do you know that when you feel lost, they have gone ahead, clearing the way, pushing back the darkness so that my light can illuminate your path? Do you know that when you are drowning in confusion, it is they who stand beside you, gently reminding you of the truth, of what truly matters? You are not alone in this battle. Not for a single moment do you have to fight by yourself. But my child, to receive this protection, you must believe. You must call upon them. My angels cannot intervene if you do not open your heart to receive their help. Call on them. Speak to them in your prayers. Ask them to rise up for you. Do not think that you are too small to be helped, for I have placed them there not to stand idly by, but to act on your behalf. Boldly ask them to protect you with every step, to shield you from the enemy's traps, to guard your mind against the lies of darkness. And they will answer, for I have given them the authority to do so. You do not need to be afraid as you walk the path I have set before you. Do not let the darkness intimidate you. Do not let the challenges ahead cause you to waver. Know that every time you move forward, you are not walking alone. Not only am I with you, but a mighty army marches alongside you, fighting for you, standing guard around you, like an impenetrable wall of fire. When the enemy looks at you, they do not see just one person. They see an entire host of angels, ready to strike, ready to push back every scheme of darkness. So, my beloved child, do not let anything make you doubt my protection. Do not let fear cause you to forget that I have equipped you not only with the strength of my Spirit, but also with the absolute protection of the angels I have sent. You do not walk in darkness, nor are you vulnerable. You are covered in my light, guarded by my warriors. Walk boldly, move forward with courage. Do not hesitate when you know the path before you is the one I have set for you. Do not be afraid when you face forces that seek to hinder you, for you do not fight alone. Whenever you feel your steps falter, remember that you can call upon me. You can cry out to the angels I have placed beside you. They never grow weary. They never slumber. They never leave their posts, for you are loved by me. You are protected by me. You are kept by me until the very end. Do not let down your guard, not even for a fleeting moment. Keep your heart always ready, for the enemy never delays in his schemes. He does not come with mercy or kindness, but with all that he has: deception, temptation, fear, all meant to lead you astray, to make you doubt and forget the truth. He will not announce his arrival, nor will he knock with obvious signs. He will come like a storm in the night, seeking to catch you off guard. He will sow seeds of doubt in your mind, making you question whether you are on the right path, whether you are strong enough to continue. He will fill your thoughts with invisible worries about the future, whispers of things that have not yet happened but weigh heavily on your heart. He wants you to be so consumed by what might come that you forget that I am the one who holds the future in my hands. He wants you to worry about tomorrow so much that you cannot enjoy the peace I have given you today. He wants you to be overwhelmed by concerns and burdens so that you no longer have the strength to hear my voice. But my child, remember that I am the God of peace. Where I am, there is no room for fear. Where I am, nothing can shake you. Look to me, my beloved child, and entrust all your worries to me. Do not hold anything back. Do not cling to your burdens as if you must carry them alone. You were not created to bear everything on your own. I never intended for you to shoulder your fears by yourself. If you hold on to them, they will weigh you down. But if you place them in my hands, I will lift you up. Imagine a small child with tiny hands, struggling to carry a burden far too heavy. The weight makes the child tremble. Its little feet stumble. It feels as though it is about to collapse. But then, the child's father comes, reaches out and says, "Let me carry this for you." The child can choose to hold on to the burden or to place everything in the Father's hands and walk freely, unbound by its weight. My beloved child, you are the same. Do not cling to your worries when I am right here, waiting to lift you up. Cast all your anxieties upon me. Do not give me just a portion, give me everything. Do not let go of only the small things while holding on to what you think is too big for me to handle. Do you know? Nothing is too big for me. Nothing is beyond my reach. Every burden you think is impossible to bear, I can lift in an instant. But you must let me do it. I will not rip your worries away from you. I wait for you to willingly surrender them to me. Lift up your head, look straight at me, and remember that you are never abandoned. When the world tries to weigh you down with invisible pressures, close your eyes and listen to my voice deep within you. Let me be your refuge of peace when everything around you turns to chaos. Let me be your fortress of protection when the enemy surrounds you with lies. You do not need to fear, for you know that I am with you, holding you, upholding you, and keeping you steadfast. The peace I give is not like the peace the world promises. The world may offer you fleeting moments of comfort, but they do not last. My peace is not dependent on circumstances. It is not shaken by what happens around you. It is not stolen by life's unexpected changes. My peace is a firm foundation, a never-ending stream of sweetness, a lighthouse that never dims, even in the midst of the darkest storms. So when fear rises within you, pause. Do not let your mind be swept away in a whirlwind of anxiety. Do not let the enemy pull you away from the steadfastness I have given you. Remember that you do not have to fight alone. Call upon me. Cry out my name. Let my peace flow through you like a gentle rain, refreshing dry land. Let my light shine into every hidden corner of your soul, driving out every fear that the darkness tries to plant within you. You must understand the weight of what I am saying to you. This is not a passing suggestion, not a message to be heard and then forgotten, not something you can delay until a distant future. The words I speak today are life. They are light. They are the opportunity for you to stand firm before the coming storm. Do not take this warning lightly, for the consequences of ignoring the truth will be more severe than you can imagine. My child, look back at history. How many times have I warned humanity, yet they shut their eyes to the truth? How many times have I stretched out my hands, calling them to return, yet they hardened their hearts? Remember the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. I gave them countless opportunities to repent, to turn from their wicked ways, but they would not listen. They continued to follow their own desires, to reject every warning, to mock justice and holiness, and then that day came. The day they thought was still far off, yet it was closer than they had imagined. Fire and sulfur rained down from heaven, consuming the proud city, erasing every trace of those who refused to heed my voice. Do you think they were never given a chance to change? No, my beloved. They were warned, but they ignored it. They believed they had more time. They assumed life would go on as it always had. But when destruction came, it came like a sudden, raging storm, and no one could escape. My warnings are not threats. They are calls to salvation. But salvation is only for those who listen. Remember the story of Noah. Before the flood came, I gave mankind many opportunities to repent. Noah, a righteous man, listened to my words and obeyed, even though those around him mocked and despised him. They laughed as he built the ark, calling him a fool for speaking of a flood that seemed impossible. But then, one day, the skies darkened, the first raindrops began to fall, and the waters started to rise. By the time they realized the truth, it was too late. The door of the ark was shut, and the chance for salvation was gone. My beloved child, what makes you think today will be any different? What makes you think I warn without reason? I speak beforehand so that you will not be caught unaware. I call out so that you will not be led astray. I stir your soul so that you will not fall into complacency, so that you will not be swept away by fleeting temptations and forget the reality of what is coming. Remember, I come to you with grace, but also with truth. My grace is always available to receive you, but my truth cannot be altered according to human desires. I love you, But that love is not indulgence that allows you to live as you please without consequence. I have given you the freedom to choose, but you alone will bear responsibility for your decisions. Look at the people of Israel in the wilderness. I delivered them from slavery, displayed my power, and fed them with manna from heaven. Yet they still complained, still refused to trust me. They saw me part the Red Sea, yet they doubted that I could lead them into the promised land. They heard the warnings, yet they hardened their hearts. And because of this, an entire generation perished in the wilderness, never setting foot in the land I had promised them. My child, do not be like them. Do not let your heart become hardened. Do not let the worries of the present make you forget the eternal. Do not let temporary pleasures cause you to lose sight of the greater purpose I have placed upon your life. The enemy will try to distract you, to make you believe that you can delay, that you can wait for another day to set your path straight. But are you certain that tomorrow will come? Be watchful, be vigilant, listen. This is not the time for complacency. This is not the time to take my words lightly. You cannot rely on tomorrow, for tomorrow is not in your hands, but today is. Today is your opportunity to rise. Today is your moment to awaken. Today is the day for you to choose to trust me with all your heart, with your mind, with your soul. My beloved child, I do not speak these words to instill fear in you, but to make you aware of the urgency of what is to come. I speak so that you may be prepared. Do not be like those who delay in their preparation. Be like the 5 wise virgins who kept their lamps full of oil, always ready for the bridegroom's arrival. Do not be like the 5 foolish ones who were too preoccupied with pleasure to keep their lamps burning for the appointed day. When the door is shut, no one will be able to open it. My child, I want you to walk in the light, not in darkness. I want you to walk in vigilance, not be entangled in the whirlwind of the world. Remember what happened to those who refused to listen. Do not let that become your story. Let your story be one of standing firm when trials come, of being protected when the storm rages, of overcoming when everything around you crumbles. You may think you still have time, but time is not yours to control. Seize the opportunity while it is still in your hands. Do not wait until tomorrow to walk in obedience. Walk today. Let your heart be open to receive me. Let your mind be fixed on the truth. And let your soul be enveloped in my light. For in me, nothing can make you afraid. My beloved child, keep your heart tender to my calling. Do not let your heart become hardened against the truth. Do not allow doubt and distrust to steal away the goodness I have already prepared for you. Understand this: the enemy of your soul relentlessly seeks to deceive you. He desires nothing more than for you to ignore this warning, to delay your obedience, to believe that you can wait. He will come with sweet words, soothing you with the notion that you have plenty of time, that there is no need to rush, that you can continue living as you please without heeding my voice. But, my child, he is a deceiver. He has been a liar from the beginning, and deception is his most powerful weapon. He never comes with an obvious face of evil, for he knows that if he did, you would be on guard immediately. No, he comes with gentle whispers, with thoughts that seem reasonable, with feelings that make you comfortable for a moment, but pull you away from the truth. He will do everything he can to sow doubt, to make you question, do I really need to obey right now? Is it truly dangerous if I delay? Can I pursue my own desires first before turning back to God? My beloved, do not be deceived. The enemy does not merely want to slightly lead you astray. He seeks to destroy your entire life. He wants to steal the joy I have placed in your heart, to kill the dreams I have awakened within you, to ruin the good plans I have set for you. He will not attack you openly, but will weave his way into your thoughts, your decisions, your seemingly small choices. If he can cause you to hesitate, if he can make you compromise even a little, he knows that over time you will drift away from the light without even realizing it. Look at the story of Esau. I had given him the glorious birthright, a position of blessing, protection, and a future full of good things. But what did he do? He traded it all away for a fleeting meal. In that moment, he did not consider the long-term consequences. He only cared about satisfying his immediate hunger. And later, when he realized what he had lost, he wept and pleaded for his fate to change, but it was too late. Learn from his mistake. Do not trade the eternal for a fleeting moment of satisfaction. Do not let temporary comfort cause you to miss out on the great plan I have for you. Remember the story of Judas Iscariot. He had the opportunity to walk with me, to hear my words, to witness miracles, and to be called my friend. But he allowed his heart to harden. He let greed overshadow love, let the enemy's lies lead him down a path with no return. For 30 pieces of silver, he exchanged an eternal relationship. He abandoned his calling, and in the end, he was consumed by despair. My child, do not be like him. Do not let your heart grow callous to my warnings. Do not let fleeting desires cloud your vision of eternal life. The enemy will always whisper that you can wait, that there is no urgency. But my child, time is not in your control. He wants you to believe that you have your whole life to decide, but in reality, no one knows what tomorrow will bring. Look at the story of the Israelites. They stood right at the edge of the promised land, just one step away from what I had prepared for them. But they let their hearts be filled with doubt. They listened to fear. They questioned my faithfulness, and because of that, they wandered in the wilderness for 40 years. They could have stepped into my promise at that moment, but their hardened hearts caused them to lose their opportunity. My beloved child, I do not want you to follow that path. I do not want you to delay, nor do I want you to lose what I have prepared for you just because of hesitation. Do not let worries about tomorrow steal your obedience today. Do not let the busyness of life make you forget what matters most. Do not let the lies of the enemy cause you to miss the moment in which I am calling you into fullness. Soften your heart to the truth. Listen to me when I call you. Do not merely hear and forget. Do not listen with your ears while leaving your heart unchanged. For one day when you desire to return, the door may already be closed. When you wish to correct your path, time may have already run out. Do not be like the 5 foolish virgins who only realized they were unprepared when the door was shut. Do not let yourself be the one standing outside knocking in despair. My child, this is the moment for you to decide. This is the day for you to choose life, to choose light, to choose to walk in the plan I have ordained for you. Do not delay. Do not wait for a perfect moment, for the perfect moment is now. Open your heart, put your trust in me, and walk forward with the certainty that I am with you, protecting you, and providing you with everything you need to stand firm. The enemy wants to steal your dreams, but I want to fulfill them. The enemy wants to kill the hope within you, but I want to revive everything I have planted in your heart. The enemy wants to destroy you, but I have come to give you life, and life abundantly. So, my beloved, choose wisely. Awaken. Stand firm. Do not let anything steal the calling upon your life. Let your heart be tender to my voice. Let your faith be strong to reject every lie, and let your steps be steadfast on the path I have set before you. Step forward, out of the things that have bound you, out of the things that have kept your soul in invisible chains. I did not call you so that you would continue clinging to what has hurt you. I did not lead you just for you to turn back to the things that once led you astray. My child, walk. Leave behind everything that no longer belongs to you. I see that you are still hesitating. You are still looking back at the old things, the very things I have told you to let go of. But do you realize that what you are holding onto is actually holding you captive? They are not the foundation of your future. They are the chains that bind you to your past. They are not your support. They are burdens keeping you from soaring. I am calling you into freedom, but you cannot carry with you the things that once enslaved you. Do not look back. Do not let your heart be drawn backward just because of familiarity. There are things that were once part of you, things that once made you feel secure, but they are no longer yours. They cannot go with you into the new thing I have prepared. Look ahead. There are doors I am opening, but you cannot walk through them if you keep holding on to what is old. Remember Lot's wife. When I warned them to leave Sodom, it was not only to escape disaster, but also to lead them into deliverance. I was bringing them out of a place where wickedness ruled, where darkness covered everything. I gave them a way out, and all they had to do was not look back. But Lot's wife could not leave the past behind. A single glance seemed harmless, but in reality it was an attachment. It was the sign of a heart not fully surrendered, and the cost of that hesitation was death. My child, do not let that happen to you. Do not look back with regret. Do not hold on to relationships, habits, or thoughts that have hurt you. If I am calling you out of something, it is because I know it is destroying you, even if you do not realize it yet. If I am calling you away from someone, it is not because I want to take away your happiness, but because I know what is best for you. The things you cannot let go of may be the very things preventing you from stepping into the greater plan I have prepared. You may think you are losing something, that you are walking away from what is important. But trust me, you are losing nothing. You are being set free. What you call a sacrifice is actually a sacred exchange. You are giving up burdens to receive wings. You are leaving the darkness to step into the light. But you must choose. I cannot pull you out if you keep clinging to what I am asking you to release. Freedom does not come to those who still bind themselves. I have a new life for you, but you must be brave enough to step into it. Do not think this journey will be easy. At times you will feel lost. There will be moments when you long for the familiarity of what you once knew. But remember, you no longer belong there. You no longer belong to what once hurt you. You no longer belong to the limiting thoughts, the chains of doubt, or the habits that pulled you away from life. You have been called into something new, and the new cannot come if you are still holding on to the old. I am calling you into true freedom, not the kind of freedom the world promises, a false freedom that only offers fleeting pleasures but leaves you empty. I give you a freedom that nothing can take away. This freedom does not come from doing whatever you want. It comes from no longer being bound by what does not belong to you. Picture yourself as a bird that has been caged for too long. The door is open, but do you have the courage to fly? Or will you stand there, looking out at the vast sky, too afraid to spread your wings? I have set you free. but you must choose to step out. You cannot keep one hand on the past and one on the future. Either you walk fully in the light, or you will be pulled back into the darkness. There is no neutrality. There are no gray areas. There is no compromise. Either you choose to live fully in my plan, or you will always be torn between two worlds. My beloved, let go of what is holding you back. It may be familiar, but not everything familiar is good. There are things I am trying to pull you away from, but you are holding on because you fear losing them. But you are not losing anything. You are stepping into something greater. I am the God of mercy, but I am also the God of justice. My love for you never changes, never diminishes, never ceases. But I am also the Holy One, whose righteousness cannot be ignored. My love is not a love that turns a blind eye to wrongdoing, nor is it a tolerance for darkness. Because I love you, I cannot allow you to continue on a path of destruction without warning you. When I call you to walk in the light, it is not merely an invitation, it is a divine calling. You cannot hold on to the light while walking in darkness. You cannot claim to love me, yet turn a deaf ear to my words. You must choose, and I want you to choose life, to choose righteousness, to choose the path that leads you to the goodness I have ordained since the beginning of time. But if you turn away, if you disregard my warnings, if you take this calling lightly, the consequences will not come because I desire to see you suffer, but because you have removed yourself from my protection. Do you understand? When you ignore my words, you are not merely choosing to follow your own way. You are severing yourself from the source of life, from protection, from the blessings I have prepared for you. Look at history. Do you think I was not patient with Israel? I sent my prophets to them, warning them time and time again. I waited patiently for them to return. But what happened? They were enticed by the empty promises of the world. They chased after lies and illusions. They refused to listen to the truth. And when destruction came, it was not because I abandoned them. It was because they had abandoned me. I called them, but they did not answer. I sheltered them, but they forsook my protection to pursue what was fleeting. They strayed so far that I wept for them. But because they rejected correction, they reaped the consequences of their own hardened hearts. Do you think I took pleasure in their suffering? No, my beloved. Their pain was my pain as well. I was ready to forgive, ready to restore, ready to bring them back into my arms. But they refused to return. And so, they had to endure the consequences of the choices they made. Think carefully. When you refuse to listen to me, when you harden your heart against my words, you are not only straying from the path, you are pushing yourself out of my embrace. I will not force you to choose me, but I cannot change the truth. Apart from me, there is no life. And remember this, my beloved, my warnings are not for you alone. They are a wake-up call for those around you, for the souls who wander without realizing they are lost. I have chosen you and placed you where you are, not by accident. You are not merely an observer. You are a torch in the darkness, a door that leads to truth in a world drowning in lies and confusion. You must not remain silent. Do not keep the words I have given you as a treasure hidden for yourself, for this treasure is not meant to be stored up, but to be given away. There are souls struggling in the dark, walking through weary days with their eyes shut to the light. There are those who have been trapped in deception for so long that they no longer recognize truth from illusion. They need to be awakened, reminded that there is still a path that leads to life, to true freedom, a path unswayed by the enemy's deceitful whispers. But my child, when you speak, speak in love. Let your heart be filled with compassion, just as I have compassion for the lost and weary. Do not condemn them. Do not let your words be a spear that wounds, but let them be words that are gentle, strong, and full of comfort, like living water pouring over parched souls. Because, my beloved, there are many who long to hear the truth, but they are too afraid to face it. They need a gentle hand to lift them up, eyes that do not judge, but are filled with mercy. The world is engulfed in darkness, but the light cannot be extinguished. The light needs only one voice to rise, only one person to stand amidst the storm and declare that the truth still stands. And you are the one I have called. Do not doubt it. Do not question whether you are capable enough, strong enough, or wise enough to fulfill this mission, for I have given you everything you need. I have placed words upon your lips. I have sown light into your heart, and I myself will guide you as you walk. The winds of doubt may blow. The voices of the world may try to silence you, may mock you, may tell you that what you say has no meaning. But do not be afraid. Do not let fear hold you back. Do not let lies cause you to waver, because when you stand firm in my truth, nothing can shake you. When you walk in the light, darkness cannot touch you. Remember, my beloved, that I have not only called you to listen, but also to speak, not only to receive, but also to give, not only to walk alone, but also to lead others onto the right path. The world is yearning for truth, even if it does not admit it. The world is searching for light, even if it does not yet realize that it is drowning in darkness. And I have chosen you to bring that light to them. So do not hold selfishly onto what I have given you. Do not let fear cause you to withdraw. Do not let weariness lead you to discouragement. You do not walk alone. You do not fight alone. And you do not speak your own words. For I will be with you. I will uphold you. I will place words upon your lips and grant you the wisdom to know when to speak and when to listen. Step forward. Look around you. Listen to the silent cries of those who are suffering, unseen by the world. Open your heart to those who are waiting for a glimmer of hope, a word of encouragement, a truth that can change their lives. Let my love flow through you so that you may become an instrument of light in this darkened world. Now, come before me and offer your prayer. You may pray as follows. Lord, I come before you with a humble and open heart. Please help me prepare for the great day you have forewarned. I know that the coming spiritual battle will require my full focus on you. Grant me a clear mind, a steadfast heart, and keen ears to hear your voice. Keep me from distractions and help me stand firm in your guidance. Lord, I know the enemy will come with deception and enticing temptations. Open my eyes so that I will not be lured by fleeting things. Fill me with your Holy Spirit, that I may discern falsehood and resist every scheme of the devil. Grant me the strength to say no to anything that draws me away from you. Heavenly Father, help me not to fear the trials ahead. When the enemy surrounds my mind, when doubt and fear flood in, remind me that you are always with me. Teach me to stand firm on your word, so that I will not be shaken by the storms. I choose to trust in you, for you are my refuge and my fortress. Lord, help me discern between truth and deception. The enemy will try to make me believe that I am not strong enough, not worthy enough, not holy enough to walk in your calling. But I know that in you I am a fully equipped warrior. Grant me unwavering faith to reject the lies of the enemy. Lord, help me stand firm in faith when the storms arise. When I feel weary and tempted to give up, remind me that you have placed within me a spirit of perseverance. Grant me steadfast faith so that I will not falter in the face of adversity. I choose to walk by faith, not by what my eyes can see. Lord, fill me with your wisdom. When difficult decisions arise, guide me along the right path. When I am pulled into chaos and distraction, give me eyes to clearly see your way. Help me not to rely on my own understanding, but to trust fully in your guidance. Lord, I surrender all fear within me. The enemy seeks to make me tremble, but I know that you have not given me a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and self-discipline. I declare that I will not be ruled by fear, for you are my protector. Lord, help me guard my heart from all that is not of you. Purify my thoughts so that I am not drawn into fleeting desires and distractions. Help me seek only what belongs to you and set my heart on eternal things. Lord, draw me closer to you like never before. When the noise of the world surrounds me, when other voices try to drown out yours, pull me into a quiet place with you. I long to hear your voice clearly, to dwell in your presence, and to walk unwaveringly in your ways. Lord, there are times when I feel weary and want to stop. Pour out new strength upon me so that I do not grow weak in battle. When I feel burdened and exhausted, grant me restoration from you. Help me run with endurance, hold on to hope, and never give up. Lord, open my eyes to see what you want me to see. Help me recognize hidden traps, sweet lies, and the shortcuts the enemy wants me to take. Give me a discerning heart so that I do not stumble into any temptation. Lord, in the midst of life's storms, grant me unshakable peace. When my mind is troubled, when my heart is in turmoil, give me the peace that the world cannot provide. Help me place my full trust in you and walk in the peace of your presence. Lord, keep me from walking down the wrong paths. Help me not to be enticed by easy roads that lead to destruction. Lead me in the way of righteousness, in the light of your truth, and keep me from the detours that lead to ruin. Lord, I take refuge under the shadow of your wings. Protect me from the schemes of the enemy. Keep me strong in faith, shielding me from every spiritual attack. Send your angels to surround me, so that I may walk in the safety of your presence. Lord, when I feel lonely, please remind me that you are always by my side. When the world turns its back on me, when those around me do not understand me, help me remember that you never abandon me. I walk forward with faith, knowing that you are with me, and with you, I am never alone. I offer this prayer in the holy name of Jesus Christ. Amen. If you love the Lord, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss the meaningful and life-giving messages from Him. Together, we will grow in faith and live a life fulfilled in His love. Amen.